Hello! Welcome to my new vlog. I'm going to be unboxing a Mavic Mini. Let's go. Should be good. How does this work? Slide out? No. Oh, there's another tab on the bottom. It's hard to do one-handed. Alright. And it's already broken. Okay, so that's pretty small. That's very small. All right, let's see what else is in the box. We've got, what the hell is this? It's blinking. Oh, this must be the, yeah, controller. Looks like a little robot. All right, what else we got in here? All right, so looks like we've got extra propellers. Don't know what that is. Okay, there's like cables and more cables. Where the hell's the battery? Pull out battery. Oh, maybe the battery's. Hey, load the battery already in here? I guess we don't need that. They just don't. I don't know if they inspire confidence. Does this thing come charged? Can we just... No. All right, this has been charging for some minutes, so let's see if it works. I'm gonna unplug it. Hey, the light came on. It's gotta be good. Let's try and get this app working. So this is the DJI Fly app. Okay. All right, so short press, long press. Oh, that's doing something. Oh dear God. Oh, it just, so there's haptic feedback in here. It just buzzed a little bit. Aircraft resetting wireless connections to match local laws and regulations. Wait and connect again later. And there's a firmware update and it is required. Sure, we'll update that. Come back in a minute. Alright, I like this thing. That's pretty sweet. Alright, so this is going to be the first big test for the Mavic Mini drone. Taking it over to part of my property I'm selling, and we're going to do a couple promo shots. I don't really know how to, if this can take off from my hand. There's not really a great spot. Yeah, look at that. Ah, take off from there, perfect. We're just going to press take off. And it's off. So we're going down to the creek. So this is pretty cool. This is all old hemlock, except that poplar. And I looked at an aerial map from the 1950s, aerial photography from the 1950s. This was wooded back then as well. But I think maybe even right through here might not be too bad. This little alley's pretty clear. So let's get the drone set up and give it a shot. All right, so this time I want to try and launch the drone from my hand as a platform. You can also land it in your hand. That actually wasn't too difficult. No GPS signal, unable to hover, fly with caution. Okay. We'll wait for a second, maybe we'll get a GPS signal. So, I guess this is a downside of drones. It's not getting a GPS signal in the forest, which is really annoying. If I go into this open area. Well, it still's not getting a GPS signal, but I'm just gonna give it a shot. That seems to work just fine. All right, let's give this a shot. Well, that was interesting. Those scenes are done. We're going to be heading to the front part of the property that faces the road and get some shots there. This is going to be the fourth and final flight today. Let's see. Aircraft is now connected. And I crashed it, and it wasn't recording. Fantastic. Damn it. Well, let's go see how bad it was. I think I got the altitude and forward mixed up, and I jammed on the forward when I should have jammed on the gain altitude. At least I can find it because it's right here. That's how it ended up. A couple of these blades are missing completely. Some of them are damaged. Batteries popped out. And it's got a red light, which I think means it's angry. Alright, so looking in this kit. Spare blades. And so let's replace these two first. And I don't think there's a difference. Wait a minute now. Okay, these aren't all the same. Focus. So one has a single stripe, one has a double stripe. So apparently, I thought they were all symmetrical. They're not. You know, I didn't mention anything in here. If one propeller in the motor is changed, the other propeller must be changed also. New screws must be used every time. Mount marked propellers to motors with a marked arm and unmarked propellers to motors with an unmarked arm. Okay, so the arms do have markings on them. See that mark there? That little mark? These are unmarked. Those are supposed to be marked. Yeah, I can just swap these around a little bit. All right, that's done. Let's see if she'll work. Seems to be cured. No permanent damage. Okay, fixed. Time for some conclusions about the Mavic Mini. Never having flown a drone before, I would say that this is a great place to start. The app is really easy to use. The battery life is fantastic. Yeah, it's really fast. It can outrun me. It's great for shots. Pretty easy to use, pretty self-explanatory. I didn't even get into the scenes. I know that's something that you can do with these, but I didn't even have to do that. So not for what I needed to film. The controller is pretty awesome. It works really well. One thing I've noticed, it has killed the battery of this iPhone SE. Using it for about 40 minutes. So now mind you, this is an older phone, so maybe the battery's a little toast anyway, but something to keep in mind. Another cool thing about this, you can just recharge this over USB. So while I was hiking around, I just plugged a micro USB cable into here, and I was able to recharge it while I was hiking, which is great. Didn't have to remove the battery or anything like that. So that was pretty cool. I think there's plenty of flight time in one battery, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting another battery if I needed to do longer shots or something like that. This is pretty darn quiet too. This is the smallest one they make. It was pretty stealthy. I do have a large property here, so I wasn't bothering anybody, but I could see using this in parks and other places that are where it's allowed and not really having much of an issue because it's pretty quiet. Video quality looks really good. I'm going to start editing some of it right now, and we'll see how that looks. It's great that they gave you spares. I already needed them right away. They gave you all the tools you needed. I put the spares on. Everything works fine. Only one other weird thing. I tried 2 different micro SD cards in here, and they're both SanDisks. One of them constantly had SD errors, and it would not work. The other one worked fine. So on the first one I put in, it would come up with an SD error, says it was recording, then it would stop recording. I looked at the footage, it was all corrupted, you couldn't even open the file. I swapped SD cards, it was fine. I tried formatting the old card, no luck. The new card seemed to work fine. It is a SanDisk Extreme Plus. That worked really well. Only 16 gig, but you know, by the time you're done filming out of battery, it's not a big deal. Okay, that's it for this review.